Hey, it's Brayden from The Peak, joined with Roy and Otis of Royel Otis. Boys, my kings, how are we?
Oh, my bro, my liege.
Pretty
Well,
good.
congrats on everything so far. Have you been able to just like grasp how fast things have moved the last year? And do you try to stay self-aware of that at all?
A little bit. It's weird.
We haven't
Yeah.
really it's been moving so fast we haven't really stopped. So we haven't like had a chance to understand anything. We're
Yeah.
like lost puppies. We're like
Which is probably
children.
probably a good thing.
Have you had any moments yet of like, oh, like standing back and looking at the bigger picture, like here we are, and like what has that been?
Sometimes I'm like, this is kind of wild.
Yeah,
Like from where we started, just like writing demos in Roy's sunroom to like
yeah,
playing shows around the world and people actually liking it and enjoying it.
yeah.
And so
The
yeah,
crowd in Atlanta,
yeah,
that Shaky Knees, was that Shaky Knees?
yeah.
That was a pretty mind-blowing experience.
Do you feel like you're getting that connection more with the audience? Because the last time you guys were here, one of our coworkers was here or was at the show, and they said that someone was bringing clams with shots up to the stage.
Yeah.
So are you seeing more and more of that, like kind of as things get bigger?
Dude, someone gave us an oyster shot and it seemed like it had just been like freshly sharked,
Shock,
freshly sharked.
for sure,
You could
sure.
fully taste all the oyster juice, but it was like so disgusting.
Yeah, do it for the
But
bit, I guess, eh?
yeah,
Better than a shitty.
So hey, Pratt's Pain, the album, it's such a dreamy listen, but obviously a lot of vulnerability and hardships kind of in the songs as well. Do you set personal boundaries on what you let yourself talk about, or do you just go in like hard on the sleeve every time?
not really.
Yeah, hard on the
Part of the
sleeve every
sleeve,
time.
yeah.
Honesty, man.
Mm,
Honesty connects with more people than just like, phony bullshit.
yeah. Straight to the point.
Songs that you've written that maybe reference people in your life, does anyone know or have reached out about these songs? Like, oh, is that about me? Or do you try to separate the people through the songs?
Danica definitely knew a couple of lines about her.
Some of them, yeah, I think some of them know. We
Yeah,
haven't dropped any names in yet, unless
yeah.
it's like Courtney Love
I
and
just dropped a name.
Dustin Hoffman. You just drop a
Yeah.
name.
Cool. So, I mean, you guys have done such a great job with taking songs that we already love, and Murder is an example, Linger, which is, blowing up right now. Is there a process in when, let's say, you record a cover of why you choose a certain song, and like, what are those parameters for you guys?
It's last minute decisions, man.
Yeah.
Like, hit shuffle on the phone, like, oh, we'll do that one.
But it's
Oh
songs
no,
songs we love. Like
songs we've always loved and like, so nostalgic.
So I was reading back to the pandemic times when you guys kind of really got into the music. You said, as an artist at the time, it gave us room to work on music rather than hospitality or labor gigs. Now that life's getting busier, how do you keep that initial creative energy alive now that we're kind of back into the real world again?
Well, we haven't gotten back to the real world yet. We're on our way back. But
just I don't know. When you're playing music constantly, you're kind of always in a state of creativity.
yeah,
So sometimes we got some days off, so we just get in the studio and see what happens. But
yeah. Sound check, we have a little
sometimes have
jam
a
just to
jam.
like
Yeah.
while everyone's figuring out like the monitors and the front of house and everything, we're just jamming on stage.
Sometimes we go back to the hotel room after a show and
Strum away,
drum away,
drum
yeah, put a
ourselves
little
into
tune down.
ecstasy, dude.
Cool. So like finding that you time then even through the busyness is like essential then to, keeping the wheel going, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So Roy, I saw you mention specifically in another interview, school suspension kind of led you down the path of music because your counselor also was the music teacher. When you were in there kind of just vibing, was there a certain thing that clicked for you, an instrument or hearing something, or what was that?
No, I think I was just stoked to get out of actual schoolwork. So I was like, I was just entertaining myself. I was a pretty energetic kid, pretty wired. I'm allergic to caffeine, but I still have so much energy. So I think it was just like a good distraction from just like wanting to smash things against walls and stuff, you know.
Yeah. And was there like an instrument that you kind of gravitated towards at the time?
At the time, it was piano, but that's just because it was there in black and white, you know. So I was like bashing about instant sound sort of thing. And then this kid who lived down the road from me had a guitar and he was getting guitar lessons, and he showed me like a couple of things, and then I was like, oh, this is cool. And then so I focused on guitar after that.
Nice. So was that kind of when it clicked that you wanted to do music full time, or when did that kind of develop?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think I just kind of fell into it. Like, yeah, I think it was something that I like enjoyed doing, and it occupied my mind. I think, yeah, it was like meditation for me. I guess that's when it clicked. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about it all that much, you know?
Very cool. I mean, sometimes it's like finding a passion and then just kind of rolling with it and you see
Yeah,
where it
yeah.
goes. Now, Otis, my theater king, I know growing up you were big on the stage, opera house and all that. How does the acting side of things play into music? Is there any crossover there creatively?
I guess maybe the performance side of it, kind of getting used to being on stage and stuff. But it was kind of something as well, like when I was younger, I was just kind of, I don't know how I ended up doing it, but just ended up doing it. I wanted to buy a pet horse when I was like 11. My mum was like, well, can't afford that, so you gotta buy your own horse. So I was like, all right, what do I do? And there was like an agency that was keen to do some stuff. So I just ended up doing it and ended up, yeah, I don't know, ended up doing it for a little bit from when I was like 11 to 15, and then kind of, I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was just something that was there
Working for that pony.
for the pony. Never ended up getting the pony, but
And do you have a horse now today? Like, fast
No,
forward,
no.
have we lived the dream?
But this guy.
yeah. Couldn't do that.
Well, I'm scared now, like, putting this up on the internet, you're gonna start, like, rolling up with, like, ponies, horses, all that to every show, just, like, in the VIP line, come on in.
But yeah, and then I was just like always like playing guitar and playing songs with my friends and stuff, and so kind of just ended up doing that.
Very cool. Yeah, there was a photo I stumbled upon. I think someone posted it, and it was you in the dressing room of the Opera House, and you had, like, a little tech deck skateboards
Yeah,
with the little
Still-
half pipe in there.
yeah, pre-game ritual.
Oh, very cool. Well, I'm getting flagged down that I think our time might be up pretty quick here, but thank you guys so much for doing this today. It means a lot.
Thank you, man.
And obviously, Vancouver's really stoked to see you again in October. That bigger venue going up to the Forum is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
we can't wait to get back to Vancouver. Love Vancouver, dude.